Aloha everybody, and welcome to the Kilauea Eruption and Leilani Estates update for September 29th, 2018. It has been quite a while since we've actually needed to do an update because there really has been no changes or anything significant to report with the eruption in Leilani Estates or in the lower East Rift Zone itself or Halimau or Pu'u'o. But, however, USGS has recently released some new images, so I figured these images, because of the spectacular nature of them, deserved a little attention, and I also wanted to give a general USGS update for current conditions. So basically the way we're going to do this is we're going to do the USGS report as usual, and along with that we're going to show you some of the images that were released. They're basically before and afters of certain areas around, or certain areas of the flow fields. Then of course we'll take a quick look at the earthquake maps, see what kind of activity has been going on there. Nothing real of any significance, but we'll see if the pattern that we were seeing before is still holding. I'll be honest with you, I haven't even looked at them myself yet, and it'll be the first time I'll be seeing them for about a week or so myself. Then we'll show the images again from USGS because I've done some modifications and enhancements in order to help give us a little bit more perspective of what we're seeing. So for that, with that being said, let's go ahead and get to the USGS report. The USGS reports for Saturday, September 29th, 2018 at 8:13 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time. On Kilauea Volcano's lower East Rift Zone, no significant incandescence was visible overnight in the collapse pit within the Fissure 8 cone. Minor fuming has been visible during the day. Seismicity and ground deformation remain low at the summit of Kilauea. Tilt meters around the summit have recorded slowing deflationary tilt over recent days. Rates of tilting throughout both the summit and the East Rift Zone are much lower than those observed during the recent period of major eruptive activity. There has been no change in seismicity during the past week. Small aftershocks from the magnitude 6.9 earthquake in early May are still being generated along fault lines on the south flank of Kilauea. Sulfur dioxide (SO2) emission rates at the summit, Pu'u'o, and the lower East Rift Zone are drastically reduced. The combined rate is well less than 1,000 tons per day, which is lower than at any time since late 2007. SO2 emission rates from the summit were approximately 30 tons per day on September 26, and emission rates from the lower East Rift Zone vents were below the detection threshold of the measurement technique when last measured on September 11th. Minor amounts of hydrogen sulfide, H2S, are being emitted at the summit, at Pu'u'o, and the lower East Rift Zone. The Hawaii Volcano Observatory continues to closely monitor Kilauea seismicity, deformation, and gas emissions for any sign of reactivation, and maintains visual surveillance of the summit and the East Rift Zone. HVO will continue to issue daily updates and additional messages as needed. And that'll do it for the USGS report. And as I told you, pretty much no changes in that, other than the note that there was a slowing in the deflation of the Rift Zone and Summit area, which I don't really know how to interpret that other than to be expected. Land's going to sink only so much before it stops. So what we need to be really, what we really need to watch for ultimately is inflation. At this point, with the pause or lull or whatever you want to call it, if there is going to be any more activity, we should see an uptick in the inflation of the land mass, showing that there is magma being injected into the system. At least that's my opinion. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the earthquake maps and see if there's any signs of anything of importance that we need to take a look at. The first graphic we're going to look at, of course, is the USGS earthquake map sorted by 1 day all magnitudes. As you can see, there's been very little activity. All earthquakes recorded have been, 2.0s and less. A few a little higher, 2.3 I see there, and a 2.7, but nothing of any significance. So now let's switch over and take a look at the 7-day all magnitude and see what we got there. And pretty much what I expected. Nothing of any significance in my opinion. However, we do have that line going down the coastline still, a little clustered down there at Pahala area, but I think this is pretty much just indicative of land mass settling, due to the deflation that was occurring. But again, nothing of any significance that I see that we need to be concerned with at this time. And now, a quick message from our resident Mongoose on watch.
Now would be a good time to hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Please remember, you have multiple fingers, thumbs, and toes to select from. If for some reason you do not have access to your own fingers, thumbs, or toes, my deepest heartfelt sympathies go out to you. However, feel free to ask a family member, friend, or even a neighbor if you may use one of theirs.
Thank you, Mr. Mongoose, for that message. We all do appreciate it. And now let's move on to looking at those images I was showing before and the enhancements that I've made to them. The image that we are currently looking at is of Leilani Estates. This image was taken apparently in 2014, so this is the before image, before any of the fissures opened up, or well, before we even had any clue that 4 years from this photo, it would look like this. If I must say so myself, and I think I will, but wow, really, this is taken September 2018. So this is the after photo, and as you can see, there is a striking difference in our landscape and in our community, Leilani Estates. Now for a little bit of perspective, here are the outlines of the roads showing the areas that used to be, well, our roads, and now they are lava fields. And in this next augmented image, not only are the rows superimposed, but we also have the red line there, which is the actual fissure line through Leilani Estates. So this kind of gives you an idea of the areas just to the left that were actually spared most of the destruction. And it's kind of interesting because they're right there at the beginning of where the destruction started. Moving on, we're going to take a look at this image. This is of Kapoho and Kapoho Bay. They're on the center right, and Kapoho Crater there in the top left corner. The dark spot in the crater is, of course, Green Lake, and this is what it looked like in 2014, 4 years ago. Now we're going to take a look at what it looks like today as of September 2018. As you can see there on the center right, and below that where the Kapoho Bay Champagne Ponds were, center right, and the tide pools, which were down at the bottom right, are, well, lava fields, gone. That was ocean area. And of course, you look at top left, you see Kapoho Crater, and Green Lake, of course, is all filled in as well. Now we're going to do a little progression through this area through three different images, excuse me. And of course, the third in the set is going to be the one that I've made enhancements to give you some perspective of exactly where everything was once it was covered. Okay, here's the first image of Kapoho area, and there center right we see Kapoho Bay, and at the top that little inlet of water, that was Champagne Pond, and below that is the tidal pools. Just wanted to point those out for perspective. And here's the current look, the after, which the lava fields have filled in all the coastline area, Kapoho Crater, etc. And now this is the enhancement. and the enhancement is showing you the roads, the north-south road, main road there, that's 137, and the left-right road there at the top, that is Poiki Road on the left and Lighthouse Road on the right. That's what we called Four Corners. And if you look to the right, you see the blue shade. That is what was the ocean, Kapoho Bay, Champagne Ponds, and of course the tidal pools. And that'll do it for tonight's update. I really hope you enjoyed the video. As the Mongoose told us earlier, if you did, hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to share the video on your favorite social media platform, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, I don't know, wherever, and you know, wherever you can do any of that. Don't forget to check out my links in the description for my Smug Mug and Redbubble accounts, where you can get t-shirts, phone cases, photographic prints of all my different artwork. Also, if you haven't subscribed already, you might want to hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to click the bell icon along with it. That way you can get notifications. But if you want all notifications from all videos that I upload, don't forget to change the options on your bell icon to show all notifications for my channel. And once again, thank you again for watching. We really do appreciate it. And you have a wonderful, absolutely spectacular and wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. This has been the Kilauea Eruption and Leilani Estates update for September 29th, 2018.